Hey guys, welcome back to the Geek Blend. I'm Jeff. This will be my second or third take on this video. There's a lot of stuff happening with DC films, James Gunn, all that stuff on Twitter right now, online, and I wanted to make a quick video. I say quick, it's probably going to end up being 15-20 minutes. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. So anyway, Wonder Woman 3 was canceled, or at least that's what the Hollywood Reporter is saying, but there are no quotes from James Gunn. There's no direct quotes from him at all. So I'm not sure if it's official or if it's just like the article says, that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is canceled, and that there's a possibility that maybe it's just her being thrown off the project because of how bad and how poorly received Wonder Woman 84 was. Okay, now, so I was laying in bed. The reason I'm making this video, I was laying in bed, I got on Twitter, and one of the people I follow who's a good supporter of my channel, big Ghostbusters fan, posts like, oh, come back on my Twitter timeline to see the DC's in disarray and all this stuff, and, the DC slate has basically been like, murdered, blah, blah. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Maybe did they announce a DC slate? And I started looking. They didn't, but there's a lot of rumors out there now. So I'm going to tell you about what's happening on Twitter and tell you who's telling you these things and also tell you why you shouldn't fucking believe a lot of it. Number one, you got old Grace Randolph over there who James Gunn literally said was full of shit. He's also called out multiple quote-unquote scoopers in the last month since he's taken over and said, unless I say it, don't believe it. She comes out with her tweet. She says, well. James Gunn comes out swinging. Wonder Woman 3 canceled. Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, and Dwayne Johnson all likely to follow. Full breakdown. And she's got a video, of course, out. And of course, her follow-up tweet right under it is like, on a personal note, I'd like to thank all of you for your support with my DC coverage these past few months. It's been a very difficult space, but I'm very proud that anyone following my coverage isn't surprised about this news at all. Well, guess what? You're a lying bitch, because we all fucking know that you are. James Gunn said, don't believe Grace Randolph, she's full of shit. So, she's saying this, people are freaking out, people are in her comment section. A lot of people in her comment section trashing her, being like, hey, remember when you said this and it didn't come true? Remember when you said Affleck wouldn't come back? And he came back for Aquaman 2. He's doing The Flash. He's doing this and that. Then she said that also Henry Cavill will never come back. And he came back after the old regime left and The Rock was able to get him for a cameo on Black Adam. Look at that. Again, proven wrong. And then you have discussing film. Literally, their thing is everything happening in the DCEU. Wonder Woman 3, not moving forward. Black Adam 2, unlikely. Man of Steel 2, up in the air. Aquaman 2 could be Jason Momoa's swan song. James Gunn and Peter Safran are making their presentation to WB Discovery next week. What are you hoping to see? Right? And so they're saying things. Everybody else is saying things. This comes on the heels of Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman herself, on December 6th, just 2 days ago, saying, quote, a few years ago, it was announced that I was going to play Wonder Woman. I've been so grateful for the opportunity to play such an incredible, iconic character, and more than anything, I'm grateful for you, the fans. Can't wait to share her next chapter with you, unquote. If she wasn't coming back as Wonder Woman, would she be allowed to tweet that? Don't you think that they would say something to her? Don't you think they reach out to her and be like, hey, we're not sure what's happening yet. Please don't do that. I doubt it. I don't know what's happening. We all don't know what's happening. So let's all just back up, take a breather. Right now, I will tell you what's really, really funny is what's trending on Twitter. DCEU is trending. James Gunn is trending as well. Fire James Gunn is trending right now. And so is bring back Zack Snyder, restore the Snyderverse. I think Ben Affleck is trending. The Snyderverse, I think now is like up to almost 10,000 tweets. Right now trending with bring back Zack Snyder, or trending with restore the Snyderverse. I mentioned in my Black Adam video that either they need to connect everything and get this shit together, or literally wipe the slate clean and start over. We know that's not happening because we still have the Reeves-verse, we still have Joker 2, they're still getting their shit and they're in a separate universe. Let them all have a universe. Give us Snyderverse on HBO Max, put the Reeves-verse, his Batman movies in the theater, do a whole complete reboot if you want to, put that stuff in the theaters. But you can't keep playing with all these characters and nobody knows what they're connected to with all these movies that we've seen. Is the Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad canon? Is Zack Snyder's Justice League or Justice League canon? Nobody fucking knows because it's literally a disaster. There hasn't been a really financially successful DCEU film since Aquaman. And people joke about it and, say shit things about Snyder on Twitter, but he made some fucking money for DC. And all his stuff for Zack Snyder's Justice League, a lot of that shit's sold out. A lot of that shit is still selling. You got Queen Studios, all these Prime One Studios, all these other statue companies, collectible companies, Hot Toys, still putting out statues. Like Queen Studios is announcing a complete Batfleck line. They're doing Nightmare Batman. They're doing Henry Cavill's Superman, the black suit and red suit. Like, they're still doing Snyder stuff. So that shit's still selling. It is. And I'm going to tell you this right now, if you guys out there have any kind of Snyderverse collectibles, keep it all. Keep it all. Don't sell it. Like, I have a huge stack of Hot Toys down here from Snyderverse stuff that I was going to sell. But guess what? I'm not going to sell it now because if this is all completely wiped clean and rebooted, that stuff is going to skyrocket. Like, the value is going to skyrocket. So definitely hold on to that stuff just in case that happens. But anyway, everybody's freaking out on Twitter right now, blah, blah, blah. People are freaking out. A lot of people are actually saying, a lot of people I follow who are Snyderverse and not Snyderverse people are all saying very similar things right now, that they are really not interested in another complete reboot of DC if that's what they decide to do. And if they really do that, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. I don't really think James Gunn is the right person for the job. I don't know if Peter Safran might be as well. I'm not sure. But I didn't like Peacemaker. I didn't like the Suicide Squad. I don't think he does a great job with what DC represented and has represented in the comics for years. It's not the goofy, jokey, immature shit like you saw in Peacemaker. It's not Marvel. It's very different. It's always more dark, more serious tone, and that's what it continues to need to be. So as I'm editing the video I recorded last night about the DCEU, or the DCU, whatever you want to call it, and all the controversy that is happening, I get on Twitter to do a screenshot of something, and lo and behold, James Gunn has made a statement. So I'm going to read it to you now, and I will post some screenshots from it. So he has a thread here on Twitter. It says, "So, as for the story yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it's true, some of it is half true, some of it is not true, and some of it we haven't decided yet whether it's true or not. Although this first month at DC has been fruitful, building the next 10 years of story takes time and we're still just beginning. Peter and I chose to helm DC Studios knowing we were coming into a fractious environment, both in the stories being told and in the audience itself, and there would be an unavoidable transition period as we moved into telling a cohesive story across film, TV, animation, and gaming. But in the end, the drawbacks of that transition period were dwarfed by the creative possibilities and the opportunity to build upon what has worked in DC so far to help rectify what has not. We know we are not going to make every single person happy every step of the way, but we can promise everything we do is done in the service of the story and in the service of DC characters we know you cherish and we have cherished our whole lives. As for more answers about the future of the DCU, I will sadly have to ask you to wait. We are giving these characters and the stories the time and attention they deserve, and we ourselves still have a lot more questions to ask and answer." And then he posts a picture of Alex Ross's Justice League painting. So again, there is some clarity right there from James Gunn. Now, we can dig deep into all this stuff, and of course, when he says not everybody's going to be happy, we don't know who he's talking to, whether it be the Snyder fans, the Ayer Cut fans, the Batman fans, people who are fans of what they were doing before, people who hate Snyder. We don't know what he's doing. They don't know what they're doing is what it sounds like. They're literally writing it up and trying to figure it out. So, what was true in the Hollywood Reporter? I think it is the Patty Jenkins part that is true. Because I don't think they're going to recast Wonder Woman. I don't think they're going to recast people. I think that's really going to be stupid of them to do that when they've built up a fan base with these characters. Even people who don't like Snyder stuff, like Cavill, Affleck, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa. Now, Ezra Miller is another issue, and I think he will be completely canned and he will not return as the Flash, in my opinion. It would be smart for them to do it that way. I just wanted to interject this. I'll probably put this at the end of the video, or I might cut out a bunch of crap I talked about last night. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's from James Gunn himself. So we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. everybody is still panicking today about either the Snyderverse being destroyed, or people on the other side rejoicing that the Snyderverse might be destroyed, or people talking about other things. It's just everybody has an opinion about it. And again, just wait until he says something or you get an official news. He did say there's some stuff in the Hollywood Reporter that was true, so their stuff's coming. There's part of that is true. Grace Randolph was bullshit, disgusting film, and all these other people who said all this crap, they're full of shit. And remember, he directly said that Grace Randolph was full of shit. So don't believe her or any of these so-called scoopers that are out there. But anyway, I wanted to throw this in there to show you that James Gunn made a reply because people are freaking out, and the Hollywood Reporter article came out and everybody's flipping out about that too. So he wanted to do a little bit of a clarification, even though it really wasn't much clarification. So anyway, back to the rest of the video. There's a lot going on with DC. As more and more stuff comes out and things we actually learn are actually true come out, I will make more videos. I'm not sure that they want to do a full reboot right now. I mean, David Zaslav, at the head of Warner Brothers Discovery, has said in the beginning that he wants Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in the forefront of DC moving forward. He wants those characters to be the main focus going forward. So I don't think he would do anything like that. We got Henry Cavill now free from The Witcher. There's no way they're going to let him walk. We shall see in the coming weeks what's going to happen. James Gunn, Peter Safran, they go in front of Warner Brothers Discovery and David Zaslav next week to present their DC plan. I think it's like a 10-year plan or something like that. That's what they're doing. But they need to do something going forward because what they're doing right now is not working. They need to retool and figure out what to do. So hopefully we'll see something that we want to see. If they come out and completely say we're going to wipe this shit completely, clean, that's that. But I'm not sure moving forward I'm going to support it because, like I said, I'm not sure James Gunn is the one for this job. I still think you should bring back Zack Snyder and let him do Justice League 2 and 3. Let Ben Affleck do his movie. And I still think you need to release the Ayer cut. Even if you're not going to continue that universe, it's sitting there. Only a few visual effects need to be done. The rest of it's done. Just release it and let the public see it. I want you guys to let me know below what you think is going on. Down below, let me know. Comments. What do you think James Gunn's going to do? Do you think he's good for this? Do you think they'll let Zack Snyder finish Justice League 2 and 3? Even if that means not bringing him back after that. Just finishing his story. Do you think they're going to release the Ayer cut? Do you think they're going to completely wipe this whole slate clean after these movies come out and start fresh? I mean, let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like on the video. It really does help us out in the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to the channel and you do like what you see and you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button for more. Also hit the bell for notifications if you're a new subscriber. And if you're a current subscriber who doesn't have that bell, turn on. That way you can be informed when a new video of mine drops, whenever that is, because it's all over the place. But I'm going to try to make it more consistent. So keep an eye on the channel going forward. And I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully very soon. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.